the shadows away, with whispers of secrets untold. Underneath the neon glow, our story begins to unfold. In this song of desire and pride, we'll let the night be alright. The hush of a dead end sheet, the sound of a slow heartbeat. Could it be the laugh of fate? In the dark, will he hesitate? When shadows lay tracks on your skin, you'll lose yourself where the night begins. Echoes screaming down the halls, monsters lurking through the walls. Every brick is laid with lies. He can strike while it multiplies. When fire breaks, one should not burn. The dream is torn and the story ends. That's how stories tend to flow, with a peak beyond the veil. Show a side that no one knows, and then he goes where minds trail on the night's trail. This is the horrid red hood. This is the horrid red hood.
Now tell me, Mr. Malone, about the events that led up to the deaths of so many upstanding police officers. Tell me what really happened.
I thought I was done with Red Hook. With Sudom. With Cornelia. Though the worst of Red Hook bled out on the pavement. Left behind with the smoke, the sirens, and the lies we all agreed to forget. I was wrong. It was a few days after the attack, when she came to visit me in the hospital.
Miss Gerritsen?
Yes, I was recovering, still in pain, a little groggy when she breezed into my room like nothing had happened.
I wasn't sure what to bring, so I brought lilies and the Times. I figured between the two, one might brighten your room, or at least smell better than antiseptic and regret.
I'm starting to feel better already. More alive.
I'm glad you are alive. I mean, I heard what happened. The papers just said assault by unknown assailants, but I had to see for myself.
Couple of fellas jumped me in Red Hook. Wrong place, wrong time. Case was already cold. I should have let it stay that way.
You weren't there on my account, were you?
No. Just chasing a loose end. One that should have stayed loose.
Still, I'm sorry. Whatever your reason, you got hurt. And I just wanted to thank you for everything. For looking after me, for telling the truth.
I've had worse. Took a bayonet in the thigh outside Oregon. This one's just a scratch by comparison. Besides, I was only doing my job.
Well, in any case, you can rest easy. Uncle Robert made good on his word. He's increased Mother's allowance significantly. She's been able to see a real doctor, not one of those cut-rate charities.
That's good to hear. Glad something decent came out of this whole circus.
He even asked me to help with the house. He's decided to restore it. Nothing major. He just wants help picking colors for the parlor. Maybe hiring someone to reupholster that monstrous old settee. That sort of thing. He said he wanted things to feel livable again.
That doesn't sound like the man I met.
I know. Maybe he's trying. Maybe it's just another performance. I don't trust him. Not really. There's something about him. Something off. I can't explain it. But after everything, well, the money helps. And I want to stay in his good graces, just in case.
Be careful, Cornelia. Charm and poison share the same smile.
I'll remember that. You rest. I won't stay long. I have an appointment just down the street. If you need anything, you know where to find me.
Yeah. Take care of yourself. She came in like spring air after a bitter winter. Soft, warm, and hiding the frost beneath. That should have been the end of it. Case closed, wounds healing. But Red Hook doesn't let go that easy. Not when the ink's still wet and the shadows keep whispering. Months later and mostly recovered. It was supposed to be a clean job. Tracking down some things for a museum curator in the middle of a divorce. No shadows, no blood, just a paycheck. I'd wrapped the meeting at the client's office and decided to wander the museum. A few hours among quiet things. But Red Hook has a way of pulling you back in. Even when you're surrounded by glass cases and white gloves. It was a small exhibit. Antiquities recovered from disputed dig sites. Mostly broken idols and rusted charms. But one piece made my stomach twist. I've seen you before. There it was. Carved from a singular block of golden stone. Thick, geometric, baseless. A pedestal squat and wide, like it had been designed to hold the weight of something that shouldn't exist. And nearly identical to what I saw sketched in Sudham's parlor.
Ah, curious piece, that one. But we don't have the original anymore. Stolen from the collection 2 years ago. That's a replica, based on site drawings and restoration surveys.
Where was it found?
Afghanistan. Or was it Turkey? British dig, I believe. All unofficial, of course. Most of it smuggled out under the rug. Some fringe groups called it the Anchor. Claimed it was a ritual focus, something to tether a being across dimensions. Usual pseudo-mystical nonsense.
It was stolen, you said.
Vanished, along with several other minor artifacts. No suspects, no leads. Frankly, not worth the headache.
But I knew better. That shape. That name. I'd seen it scratched into the margins of Sudham's drawings like a prayer written over and over again. Ancora Aurea Ritualis. The golden ritual anchor. not just a relic. A doorstop to keep something from closing the threshold. Or worse, to invite it in. But I knew better. That shape. I didn't believe in coincidences. Not anymore. As soon as I was back at the office, I gave Duke a call.
Butler Street Station.
This is Thomas Malone. Leave a message for Detective O'Shaughnessy. Tell him it's about Red Hook. And if he's heard anything about Robert Sudom lately,
You want to leave a number?
he knows where to find me. I should have stayed out. But some doors don't close. Not all the way. Not when something's still pushing from the other side. Middle of the goddamn night. Who the hell is it?
It's me, Tommy. Let me in.
Duke?
Tommy, you magnificent bastard. You're still breathing?
Christ, Duke. What the hell are you doing here?
Heard you call. Thought I'd drop in, say hi, spill my guts. Maybe bleed a little on the rug.
You're drunk.
Course I'm drunk. You seen Red Hook lately? Jesus, Malone. You walk away, grow a conscience, and then somehow you just want to dive back into this cesspit.
You came to talk or collapse.
It's getting worse down there. Kids disappearing, family's gone, whole apartment's empty overnight. Nobody says a goddamn thing, because they're immigrants, illegals. No names, no headlines. Hell, even the brass don't care. Less paperwork that way.
You report it?
To who? The same sons of bitches signing the funding cuts? You know what they told me last week? Let the feds handle it. Like I was sweeping wrenching off the fire escape. And it's not even just the Venetians. People say they're seeing men in masks, or black scarves wrapped around their faces, snatching folks right off the street. No words, no questions, just gone.
Gang activity.
I don't know. Might be. Might be something worse. Oh, and your pal Sidem. He's looking real good these days.
What do you mean?
I mean, the bastard's shedding weight. Standing taller, slick new suits. Even dyed that snowbank on his head. He looks 20 years younger. Hell, saw him near Pocket Place building last week. Smiling, handing out cash like a crooked priest.
That doesn't sound like the man I met.
Oh, and he's engaged.
To whom?
Guess.
Not Cornelia.
Ding, ding, ding. Give the man a Cupid doll. It's legal, by the way. I checked. She's only his half-niece. Different mothers. A whole ocean of legal separation. Still gives me the fucking creeps.
Christ.
Look, Tommy. I don't know what's going on, but it's wrong. I can feel it in the bricks. You want to play hero? Fine. But stay out of Red Hook. Take my advice. Forget Sidem. Forget the girl. You dig too deep in this place, you don't find answers. You find something staring back.
Engaged. Something about that word sat wrong. Like a wedding band pulled from a grave. Something was wrong. And it wasn't just Sodom. I took Duke's advice and let it lie. Stayed away from Red Hook. Slipped back into the rhythm. Divorce work, skip traces, the occasional bodyguard gig. Seasons turned. Spring came early that year. And with it a thick envelope. Hand addressed. Scented faintly of rosewater and old books. Inside an invitation. Dinner with Robert Sudom and Miss Cornelia Garretson. I should have tossed it. But curiosity's a bastard. The mansion had changed. Fresh paint, windows no longer boarded, ivy trimmed, hedges tight. It didn't look resurrected. It looked reborn.
Detective Malone, we've been expecting you.
Laszlo? Still renting space in the family crypt?
Only for dinner guests. This way, please.
The air inside was warm, perfumed like walking into a dream. And there he was, shiny as a new dime, just like Duke described it.
Detective Thomas Malone. Welcome, my friend, welcome.
Sudom?
Don't look so shocked. The rumors of my decline were greatly exaggerated. Cornelia's presence has been restorative.
He looked like a painting someone had scrubbed clean. Gone were the layers of fat. He looked years younger. Hair dark, sharper jaw, clearer eyes, skin pulled tight like fresh wax. The rot was gone. Something else had taken its place. Something humming under the surface. Like he had been filled with light. But not the kind that warms.
Thomas, I'm so glad you came. Doesn't Robert look wonderful? He's better than ever. We're so happy. So aligned.
You look different too.
Love changes everything, Thomas. Don't you believe in second chances?
Not often. You still spending your evenings in Red Hook, Mr. Sudom? Or has your engagement pulled you into the daylight?
Please, call me Robert. Red Hook has served its purpose. I've taken all I need from that place. In fact, the day after the wedding, we will be leaving the city altogether. Cornelia and I will be sailing for the continent. Europe holds so many possibilities. Tonight is for friends. Please, eat, drink.
We ate, we drank, we made small talk. They laughed. I picked at my food while the meat bled a little too red, and the wine tasted older than the bottle claimed. The room was immaculate. The table was set to impress, silver gleaming, linen crisp, but something was off. The kind of off you don't notice right away. Sudom smiled too easily. Cornelia watched too closely, like they were waiting for me to say a particular word, or pass some kind of test I didn't know I was taking.
Thomas, we'd be honored if you would be a guest at our wedding and serve as a witness.
It would mean a great deal to us.
You sure that's what you want?
Of course.
Absolutely. You're neutral, neither blood nor foe. A grounding presence, a witness, symbolically important, spiritually balanced.
I nodded, and my gut twisted. Something about the way they looked at me. Like I was already part of something. They weren't asking. They were assigning roles in a play I didn't know I was cast in. Still, I had to be sure. After dinner, I pulled Cornelia aside. Cornelia, talk to me straight. Are you being forced into this?
No one's forcing me, Thomas.
He's your uncle.
Half-uncle. I know, scandalous. But it's legal. Wasn't the old mayor married to his cousin or something like that?
This isn't right. You know it.
He makes me feel seen. He believes in what I can become.
Become?
Never mind.
Pardon the interruption, Miss Gerritsen. The final course is ready.
Come back inside. It's rude to leave your hosts waiting.
I'll be in a moment. She happy, Laszlo?
Happiness is a shallow metric. She is purposeful. You shouldn't have come, Mr. Malone. But now that you have, I hope you'll see it through.
Purposeful. That word rang in my ears the whole walk home. Like a bell you don't realize was tolling until you hear the echo. It was a June wedding. Flatbush was gay for the hour. High noon, the whole neighborhood clogged with penitent motors and silk hats. An awning stretched from the door of the old Dutch church clear out to the curb, like it was shielding something fragile from the sun. No local event ever topped it in pomp. If it wasn't exactly the smartest crowd, it was at least a page right out of the social register. Ladies in feathers, men in morning coats, flowers dripping from every rail. And me, just a crack in the plaster. It looked right enough. White aisle runner, brass candelabras, enough roses to drown a man. But under all the lace and ceremony, I couldn't shake the feeling something was off. Like the whole thing was just for show.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the presence of these witnesses to join this man and this woman in holy matrimony. Robert, you may recite your vows.
I, Robert, take thee, Cornelia, to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do us part.
Robert, wilt thou have this woman to be thy wedded wife?
I will.
Cornelia, you may recite your vows.
I, Cornelia, take thee, Robert, to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part.
Cornelia, wilt thou have this man to be thy wedded husband?
I will.
And so the two shall become one. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. What God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. You may kiss the bride.
It was a storybook wedding. Not the kind with happy endings. The kind that foresees you. Where stepmothers boil children and wolves wear your grandmother's face. I stood beside the happy couple, smiled for the camera, and left before the cake was cut. Didn't feel right raising a glass to something that felt like a closing ceremony. So I went back to my empty apartment and contemplated the cracks in the walls. I waited for sleep to come. It didn't. Sleep's a coward when you need it most. Around midnight, the phone rang. Good news doesn't travel in the middle of the night. Yeah?
Detective Malone, you must come. Now. Mr. Sweetham, he's dead. Miss Gerritsen is injured. She said, only you. No police.
The voice didn't sound like Laszlo's. It sounded like someone's holding panic at gunpoint. I grabbed my coat and was out the door before the glass stopped ringing. Out into the street, rain slapping my face. I didn't wait for a cab. I stepped into the road and threw myself in front of the first one I saw. Brakes screamed, horn blared. I nearly kissed the bumper. The driver cursed the whole way, but he drove. Through the bleeding arteries of the city, tires hissing on wet asphalt. We pulled up 10 minutes later, engine steaming like a racehorse. I tossed my handful of bills. I stepped out into the rain, slammed the door behind me, and climbed the stone steps 2 at a time. The place was too quiet.
In here. This way.
Cornelia lay draped on a fainting couch. Arm bandaged, face pale, gown torn and blood-soaked. She looked calm. Too calm. Shocked, maybe. Laszlo paced like a priest waiting for the devil to answer back. What happened?
It came through the window, shattered the glass, and it wasn't human.
What was it?
I don't know. It moved like shadow. It went for Robert, tore him apart.
We need to get you to a hospital.
No, I'll be all right.
Cornelia, the blood.
Most of it is not mine.
Are you sure he is dead?
There was too much blood for him to live.
How do I get to the bedroom?
I will take you.
Cornelia, will you be all right for a minute?
I'll be fine. Most of it's not mine.
Laszlo, show me the bedroom.
This way. I told him the words weren't enough, but he wouldn't listen. He was always too proud. It is the last door on the left.
He hit me like a punch. Blood dripping from the ceiling, streaking the walls, chunks of silk and flesh scattered like confetti. Furniture upturned, and no body. Just the echo of something that should never have happened.
No! Where is he? He was here. Oh, he was right here. Oh, they taken him.
Cornelia! The front door was open. She was gone. Like she evaporated into the storm.
Oh, they've taken her. The same ones who took him. Oh.
Who? What the hell is going on, Laszlo?
We must recover his body before it's too late.
Where did they take her?
I will show you, but you must swear. You will recover the master. His body must not be left in their hands.
You want me to bring back a corpse?
There are worse fates than death, detective. If you value Miss Gerritsen's... Mrs. Sweetham's life, or her soul, you bring back what's left of him.
I didn't know what I was walking into. Didn't know if Sweetam was dead or something worse. But I'd seen too much to walk away now. All right. You have my word. Now where have they been taken?
Red Hook.
God damn it. Where's the phone?
Over there.
They had her. And if we were going to Red Hook, I wasn't going alone.
Yeah? Butler Street Station.
Billy, it's Malone. I need Duke. Now.
Yeah. Hold on. He's out. You want to leave a message?
Where is he?
He's in Red Hook, leading a raid. Some rat's nest tenement and a nightclub.
Parker Place Building, Dreamland Ballroom.
Them's the one. That whole crew of angry Norwegians in here, raising hell about missing kids. It's funny how fast things move when the victims are white.
Thanks. Figured. Red Hook rots for years. But one group of Scandinavians makes a scene, and suddenly the cavalry settles up.
All right. We hit him fast and hard. No time for these Mongol bastards to regroup. Baker, you lead Team 2 and sweep the dance hall church.
Okay.
I'll lead Team 1 to the Parker Place building. Remember, check doors and corners, boys. Doors and corners. These shitbirds are dangerous.
Duke.
Malone? What the hell are you doing here? I was gonna call you after.
Coming with you.
Don't tell me you got a lead.
Cornelia's been taken. Surum's dead. Same bastards. Same building.
Jesus. All right. But this isn't your kind of party. This is battering rams and shotguns, not poetry and ghost stories.
I'm not asking.
Fine. But who the fuck is that?
I am Mr. Laszlo, Mr. Sweden's.
I don't give a fuck. You can't be serious, Malone. Him? He looks like a goddamn mortician. I'm not dragging some Nancy boy undertaker into a hornet's nest. One Mongol takes a swing at him, and I'm buried in paperwork.
I assure you, officer, I am quite capable of taking care of myself. I've buried worse than what's waiting in that building.
You serious about this, Malone?
He's the only one who knows where they took Cornelia. He's covered.
God damn it, Thomas. If anything goes sideways, it's all on you.
And just like that, we're back in it. Guns, ghosts, and Red Hook. But this time, it wasn't just the devil we were chasing. It was the girl. It started like any other raid. Bad intel, worse lighting. Too many nerves and not enough reasons. But this wasn't just a vice sweep. This was something else. Something rotten. Down to the bones. At first, it looked easy. A war in of rooms. Panic, people running.
Round these filthy animals outside. Look for contraband. They will try to hide.
The air, thick with incense, sweat, corruption, and something copper. Night 6 cracked. Residents retreated. But the deeper we went, the worse it got. Kids' toys next to bloodstains. Altars behind curtains. They weren't hiding anymore. They were nesting. And in the middle, the innocent suffering the brutality of the police. It made me sick. I didn't want to be there, but I had to save Cornelia.
This is what happens when you let the filth fester. Christ almighty. These goddamn people, they live like animals.
A door slammed open ahead. A robed figure lunged, knife flashing.
Shitbird!
Duke dropped him mid-charge.
Hold the line! Stop him from march into the...
Then it broke wide open. Robes, masks, blades, coming out of the walls like ants. It stopped being a raid, and started being survival.
Oh my God!
This way, through here.
Laszlo guided us through the door, but we could still hear the commotion outside. I was furious. I wanted to charge at Duke myself, knife in hand, and go straight for his throat. But I kept it to myself. For now, I stopped to catch my breath for a second.
Are you gonna stop now, Malone?
Shut the fuck up. Laszlo, where should we go?
This way. The true sanctum is below. Down the stairs. There is a catch here.
Jesus. What the hell is this?
The path.
A tunnel. Stone walls slick with condensation. Gas lamps that burn too low, casting shadows that move just a little too much. As soon as we stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind us.
What the? Open it! You son of a bitch! What did you do?
The door was never meant to be opened from this side. I knew we wouldn't be leaving the way we came. The only way out is forward.
We weren't chasing shadows anymore. We stepped into them, and whatever was waiting, I'd been waiting a long time. We didn't get far before questions started burning. Duke was cracking, but I was done waiting. Laszlo, what are we walking into?
I do not know. I have never been this far before.
You start talking, you smug son of a bitch. What the hell is all this?
Easy, Duke. We all want answers. Laszlo, start talking.
The master, Mr. Sweden, was dying. Bright's disease. The pain drove him to seek answers. And something answered.
What something?
Daika Hezar, an avatar of the goddess Shub Nigoroth, the black goat of the woods. The avatar needed a bridegroom. It offered him vigor, youth, power in exchange for devotion, for a wedding vow. He made the pact, the engagement, so to speak, and it worked. His health, his vitality, his life came back. But then he learned what the wedding night really meant. He would be consumed. The bridegroom is eaten, much like the praying mantises after mating.
Do you mean the niece?
Half-niece, technically. No, not her. She is not Daika Hazar. Mr. Sweden's research led him to believe that marrying her, blood of his own line, would nullify the pact. A loophole, but you don't double-cross gods. Not this one.
So Cornelia was just a way out.
A means to an end. Nothing more. Now, we shall keep moving if you want to save her.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, God!
What the fuck is this?
Then we saw the cages. Rows of them. Like dog kennels. But these weren't dogs. Duke, what are you doing? Put your gun away!
Should have never let this filth in. Enough of this shit.
No! What the hell was that? Have you lost your mind?
He was coming for us. I saw it in his eyes. Filthy rat. They're all plotting. Can't you hear them? The whispers in the walls. The laughing is.
He was chained and half blind. You just executed a helpless man.
Helpless? Like you? Still clinging to that fucking accent like a security blanket? Oh, the poor oppressed Irish. But you're no better than this scum.
Put the gun down, Duke. You're not thinking straight. These are people.
Thinking? I'm the only one thinking. These tunnels are crawling with the vermin. And you're just another immigrant lover. I should have let you bleed out in the alley.
That accent saved our asses more than once, remember? Or did the voices in your head rewrite that history too?
Shut your mouth, or I'll shut it for you. You think you're better than me, huh? You think you're better than me?
Gentlemen, if you wish to kill each other, kindly wait until after we survive this place. Oh, look here. This gas line must feed the lamps in the ritual chamber. Follow it.
Next time you point a gun at me, finish the job. After this, I never want to see your face again. You're all insane. Now move! Luke wasn't thinking straight. I could feel him unraveling. But down here, you couldn't tell where the madness ended and the man began. Goddess or not. I opened a few of the cages as I passed. Couldn't get to all of them. Some of the people inside were barely conscious. Others were completely gone. Eyes wild, whispering nonsense. A few bolted the second the doors creaked open. Some just curled up in the corners, too scared to move. I still think about that place. Can't imagine what they went through. I hope some of them made it out. The deeper we went, the worse it got. The rooms stopped making sense. Floors to ceiling sigils, blood smeared into art. Bones arranged like prayers. You could feel the walls breathing. It wasn't a building anymore. It was a temple. To something that didn't care if you crawled in on your knees. Or were dragged in screaming. And we were walking straight into its heart. We found it. The heart of the grot. A cathedral hollowed out beneath Red Oak. A vault of stone and bone, with black water churning through a canal at its center. And at the edge of the black water, a golden plinth. The anchor. Just like Sudham's sketches.
Look at that. That's how them illegals been coming ashore. Huh.
Dozens of worshippers in robes. others in masks.
Freaks in robes. Freaks in masks. Oh, God. Those sharp masks.
At first I thought she was another prisoner, kneeling at the foot of the golden anchor, her head bowed. Cornelia!
What are you doing?
I didn't think. I ran to her, but they were ready. They met me halfway. Too many hands, too strong. I watched helplessly as Duke and Laszlo were overwhelmed. We were dragged forward, forced to kneel before the altar. Before her. She was no prisoner.
Oh, Thomas. You thought you were rescuing me. But I was never yours to save.
What the hell is this?
Uncle shouldn't have sent me all those books when I was a girl. And he should have paid more attention to what was in them. I learned a lot. Turns out I was quite gifted. He thought he was using me, but he was just another piece of the plan. I'm sorry I used you, Thomas, but every ceremony needs a witness.
Why?
It's hard for a girl to get by in this world, especially with a greedy lecher uncle breathing down her neck. So I made my own way. Promised them a bridegroom for their goddess, a man of knowledge and will, a patriarch of my own blood, in exchange for power.
What I tell you, Tommy. Never trust the day.
Now, be a good man and bear witness. Bring forth the bridegroom.
From the shadows they carried Sudum's corpse, swaddled in bloody sheets. Laid him before the anchor, unwrapped him. Sudum, dead, mutilated, barely recognizable anymore. Like a loyal dog, Laszlo tried to reach him, but a single tap from a club put him back in his place.
Oh, black goat, oh, mother of 1,000 young, companion of night, womb of endless flesh, rejoice in the baying of beasts, in the howl beneath hollow stars. Hear us, Daika Hazar, thousandfold mother, queen of the void, womb without end. Look with favor upon our offering. By flesh given, by fear drawn, by blood spilled, the bride is called forth.
And then she came. Daika Hazar, the black goat, Shamnigura, a nightmare of naked phosphorescent flesh, swollen, wet, obscene, crawling up in the black water of the canal, her eyes cold-knowing and hungry. She grinned, scooped up Sudum's body like a child picks up a doll, and squatted on the anchor like a queen on her throne.
Jesus God.
The Avatar leaned down and kissed Sudum deeply. I felt that kiss in my skull, like an ice pick in my brain. The sound of hunger and joy and madness, all at once. When the kiss broke, his body twitched. She let it slide to the floor, but it kept writhing. Hands clenching, his butchered chest began to rise and fall. And over him she squatted and began to titter.
Behold, the bridegroom lives!
Laszlo broke free, yanked a curved blade from the cultist's belt, and sprang toward Cornelia.
You brought this on us. You
Laszlo slid the blade under her ribs like it belonged there. Cornelia crumpled at his feet, choking on her own breath. No final words, no second chances. Just a flash of steel, and it was done. And just like that, she was dead. And then all hell broke loose. They fell on Laszlo, dragged him into the dark. I never saw him again. And then, in the chaos, Goop twisted free. Wild-eyed, raving, swinging wildly, he decked the man holding my right arm, then charged the mob, slashing, screaming. He broke through the tangle of ropes, swinging something. A club, a blade, I don't know. He made it about 10 feet. Then the Avatar saw him. She dropped on the pedestal like an avalanche of flesh. Her weight alone was enough to burst a couple of the city's pipes. It plucked Luke up like a fig. I bit him in half. His scream didn't even echo. Just stopped. And then it was just me. I drove my fist into the gut of the man holding my left arm, and I was free. One of them lunged at me, teeth fired to points, hands like claws. I smashed him in the face. Felt something break. His or mine, I wasn't sure. Another one came up behind, slick blade flashing. I grabbed his wrist, twisted it. The knife dropped and I buried it in his side. The one clubbed me, hard. Stars bursting behind my eyes. They throw me down to the wall, boots kicking me. Then, I saw him, behind the Avatar. Sudam rose, somehow alive. He staggered to the anchor, torn hands gripping the edge. No God! With a final shove, he toppled the anchor into the abyss of the canal. The Avatar began to come apart. She started to dissolve, like ash in a storm. The congregation screamed. That was my chance. I stumbled to my feet, ran. Didn't even know where. Just away from the screaming. I slipped, fell hard, ears ringing. No. Not ringing, hissing. The broken pipes. The gas line. I had to end it. One chance. I pulled my lighter, struck it. The flame held. I threw it. Fire. Stone. And darkness.
31 hours under a collapsed building. And you're still here. That's either providence or pure stubbornness, Mr. Malone.
Call it unfinished business.
So, tell me what happened down there.
It wasn't the fire. It wasn't the raid. It was the anchor. That thing. The Avatar. Direka Hezer was tied to it. Like a dog on a chain. When Suram toppled the pedestal, it broke the connection. No altar, no God.
Impressive presence of mind. And rare insight. Tell me, what did it look like?
That thing. It wasn't just a monster. It glowed like foxfire. And it looked like... In Ireland, we have a sort of gargoyle, Sheerunagig. It was a bit like that. There was also a statuette I once saw in a book. 30,000 years old. They dug it up in Austria. The Venus of Willendorf. It was a bit like that, too. A fertility goddess carved out of nightmare.
Mr. Malone, there are many threats to this country. Communists, criminals, traffickers in alcohol, juvenile delinquency, and those who wish to destroy the American way of life. I and my agents know how to deal with those threats. However, there are other, darker forces in this world that we are not yet prepared to deal with. I'm setting up a new department, and the Bureau needs men like you, Malone. Men who understand that above all, America must endure. You'd be helping protect our people, our values, our interests. I need men like you, Malone. Someone to watch the darkness, so others can walk in the light.
Well, Mr. Hoover, that doesn't sound like much of a sales pitch.
It isn't.
I'll have to give it some thought.
Well, don't consider it too long. I'll expect your answer by Friday. We've also found something since pulling you out. Graffiti. All over Red Hook. Scrawled on doors, alley walls, cellar steps. All the same words. The bridegroom lives.
New York City sleeps tonight, but not all of it rests easy. The skyline still claws at heaven. The streets still choke on steam. And down in the cracks, something still whispers. Red Hook smolders under its own weight now, half rubble, half secret. The papers will blame a gas main. Call it an accident. Another tragedy in a neighborhood no one cared enough to save. But Thomas Malone knows better. Once a poet, once a soldier, once a man who thought he'd seen everything. Now, a man who's seen too much. He saw what crawled from the black water, heard the laughter behind the chanting, watched a woman turn herself into a weapon, watched a god pluck a man apart like rotten fruit, watched a corpse rise and topple the only thing keeping that nightmare tethered to the world. And somehow, he walked out. He left pieces of himself in that chamber, with the bodies, the blood, the lies. Whatever crawled back up with him wasn't quite the man who went down. This isn't a story about justice. It's not even about survival. It's about what you see when you scrape away the thin paint of the world and find the old bones underneath. Now, Malone's been offered a new kind of case. From a government that watches shadows and fears what moves inside them. A chance to walk the line again. To guard a world too fragile to know what it is protected from. He hasn't said yes, but he hasn't said no. Because once you've seen what waits in the dark, it's hard not to keep looking. The cracks are still there, waiting for someone else to stumble. And somewhere out in the dark, something still waits for its bridegroom. Directed and edited by João Victor Vila. Story adapted by Jeff Devine. H.P Boulay as Detective Thomas Malone. Risible Zombie as Cornelia Gerritsen. Max Tryfan as Robert Sudham. Paul Gerthung as Detective Duke O'Shaughnessy. David Bryson as Mr. Laszlo. Lane Leathers as J. Edgar Hoover. Douglas Grosser as the judge. Chris Harris Beachy as the bartender. Melissa Lusk as the doorwoman. Jonathan Osterline as the minister. Aaron Irvin as the museum curator. And Jeff Devine as the narrator. Additional voices by Tara Wynne Edwards and Will Diggin. Art by Hal. Original music by João Victor Vila and sung by Rosalise. This has been The Horror at Red Hook, brought to you by the Eldritch Episodes. These are not just stories.